For 6 years straight, my Thanksgiving started the same way. My sister Melody dumped all 5 of her kids in my driveway at 9 a.m. sharp, rang the bell, and sped off before I could even open the door. No warning. No request. Just expectation. This year, I finally said no. And when she tried to force it anyway, I changed every lock on my house while she was still texting me angrily. My name is Ashley. I'm 38, single, and I live alone in a small house in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I work as a dental hygienist at Riverside Family Dental, pulling 40-hour weeks and coming home to my quiet little sanctuary, or at least, it used to be quiet. Until my older sister Melody decided I should become the free Thanksgiving daycare for her 5 kids, 11-year-old twins Ava and Austin, 8-year-old Chloe, 6-year-old Finn, and 3-year-old Olivia. I love them. God, I really do. Those kids have my whole heart. But I never agreed to be their holiday caretaker. The first year it happened, Melody actually asked politely. It was 2018, the week before Thanksgiving. She called me up, voice sweet as honey pie. Ash, just this once, please? Ben's boss invited us to this couples-only dinner at the country club. It's a huge deal for his career. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. I said yes. I thought I was helping my big sister out of a jam. I thought it was what family did. The next year, she didn't ask. She texted, dropping the kids off at 9. See you then. Like it was settled. Like it was my job now. And then it happened every single Thanksgiving after that. Not just Thanksgiving either. Christmas Eve, New Year's, 4th of July, random Saturday nights when she and Ben wanted to catch a movie or go wine tasting in Traverse City. My home wasn't a home anymore. It was a solution to her problems. Each year, the routine got worse. Melody and Ben would roll up in their silver Lexus SUV, dressed like they were heading to the Oscars. Her in heels and perfume that cost more than my electric bill. Him in a suit jacket, checking his Rolex. The kids? Dumped into my arms half asleep, wearing winter coats over their pajamas because Melody couldn't be bothered to dress them properly. The last thing she'd say as she backed down my driveway? They've already eaten. They never had. By noon, they'd be hungry, cranky, fighting over the remote, spilling apple juice on my beige carpet while I scrambled to cook an entire Thanksgiving meal by myself. Turkey, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie, the works. Meanwhile, Melody would be posting photos on Instagram. Perfectly styled hair, gourmet food on white plates, champagne glasses clinking. Captions like #thankful, #blessed, #quality time. No mention of me. Not once. Not a single thank you text. Not a photo credit. Nothing. And this year, something inside me finally snapped. It was the first week of November when the text came through, 9 a.m. Thanksgiving. We'll pick them up late. Don't feed them sugar. No greeting. No question mark. No please. Just instructions. I stared at my phone for a long time, sitting in my parked Honda Civic outside the dental office. Then I typed back, I'm not babysitting this year. 3 minutes of silence. Then my phone buzzed. What do you mean? I could feel my pulse in my throat. My hands were shaking as I typed, I have plans. The response came fast and sharp. Change them. 2 words. Not a request, a command. I sat there in my car, engine off, watching the November rain streak down my windshield. 6 years of this. 6 years of giving up my holidays, my peace, my one day off to be Melody's unpaid nanny while she lived her best life. I typed, no. Then I turned my phone face down and went inside to finish my shift. By the time I got home that evening, my phone had exploded. 14 missed calls. 23 text messages. A voicemail from my mother that started with Ashley Marie in that tone that meant I was in trouble. I listened to it while heating up leftover spaghetti. Ashley Marie, your sister just called me in tears. What is this about you refusing to watch the kids on Thanksgiving? It's one day out of the year. She does so much for that family, and you can't give her a few hours? Call me back. I deleted it. Then came the message from Ben, Melody's husband. Hey Ashley. Not sure what's going on, but we already bought tickets to this dinner. It's $200 a plate. Non-refundable. We are counting on you. I didn't respond. Then Melody herself, in the family group chat with Mom, Dad, and our younger brother Kevin. I guess Ashley doesn't care about family anymore. Too busy with her plans to help out her own niece and nephews. My mother immediately replied, Ashley, call your sister. My father, let's all calm down and talk about this. Kevin, bless him, stayed silent. I muted the group chat and poured myself a glass of Pinot Grigio. The guilt missiles kept coming all week. Mom called every single night. It's just one day, honey. She's overwhelmed. 5 kids is a lot. You don't understand because you don't have children. That last line stung. Like my life was less valuable because I didn't have kids of my own. By Wednesday, the week before Thanksgiving, things escalated. Melody had the kids text me. Ava, the 11-year-old, Aunt Ashley, why don't you want to see us? My heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. I texted back carefully, I do want to see you, sweetheart. Just not on Thanksgiving this year. I need a break. She replied, Mom says you don't love us anymore. I sat on my couch and cried. Actually cried. Because this wasn't about the kids. It never was. This was about Melody using them as emotional blackmail. Children shouldn't be weapons. I called Melody directly. She answered on the first ring. Mel, you can't tell the kids I don't love them. That's not fair. Well, what am I supposed to tell them? That their aunt is selfish. You could tell them the truth. That I've watched them every Thanksgiving for 6 years and I need one holiday for myself. One holiday, she repeated, voice dripping with sarcasm. Poor Ashley. So deprived. I'm not doing this, I said quietly. I'm not arguing. I said no, and that's final. She hung up on me. The night before Thanksgiving, I was in my kitchen making a small turkey breast just for myself when my phone buzzed. Melody, be ready at 9. My stomach dropped. I typed back, Melody, I told you. I'm not home tomorrow. 10 seconds later, are you serious right now? Yes. Then the nuclear bomb. We already told the kids they're spending the day with you. They're excited. They've been talking about it all week. Don't break their hearts, Ashley. I read that message 3 times, each time feeling the rage build hotter in my chest. She'd done it on purpose. Told the kids it was happening even after I said no. Set me up to be the villain. I was shaking as I typed. That's manipulative and you know it. That's called family. Something you clearly don't understand. I put my phone down and pressed my palms against the cool granite countertop, trying to breathe. My therapist's voice echoed in my head. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are not responsible for other people's reactions to your boundaries. I'd been seeing Dr. Patricia Chen. Wait, no, Dr. Patricia Wallace. For 3 months now, specifically because of this pattern with Melody. The guilt. The people-pleasing. The inability to say no without feeling like a monster. She'd asked me once, why do you think you owe Melody your entire Thanksgiving? I hadn't had an answer. That night, I barely slept. I kept imagining Thanksgiving morning, the doorbell ringing, the kids' voices, Melody's fury. Part of me wanted to cave, to just open the door and let it happen one more time. But another part of me, a newer, stronger part, knew that one more time would turn into next year, and the year after that, forever. I had to hold the line. By 8:45 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning, I was sitting on my couch in yoga pants and a sweatshirt, hands wrapped around a mug of coffee that had gone cold. My stomach was in knots. At 8:52, my phone buzzed. We're here. I stared at the text. Then at my front door. I stayed sitting. The doorbell rang. Once. Twice. 3 times. Then pounding. Aunt Ashley. We're here. Chloe's voice, bright and excited. I squeezed my eyes shut. This was the hardest thing I'd ever done. Open the door. Finn's little voice now, confused. Then Melody, sharp and loud. Ashley, stop being dramatic. Open the door right now. I stood up, walked to the door, and spoke through it without opening it. I told you, Melody. I'm not babysitting this year. Silence. Then her voice, low and venomous. You are selfish. I can't believe you would do this to family. We have nowhere else to go. Your kids are not my responsibility. I heard her sharp intake of breath. Then, louder, for the kids to hear, Aunt Ashley doesn't want to see you today. That's not true. I called through the door. I love you guys. But Mommy and Daddy need to make other plans today. Ava's voice, older, understanding more. Come on, guys. Let's go. I heard footsteps leaving. A car door slamming. The Lexus engine starting. Then silence. I slid down the door and sat on my entryway floor, crying. Within an hour, my phone became a war zone. The family group chat lit up like fireworks. Mom, Ashley, call me right now. Dad, what happened? Melody is hysterical. Kevin, what's going on? Melody, your sister just abandoned her niece and nephews on Thanksgiving. Slammed the door in their faces. Made them cry. That last line made me see red. I typed fast. I didn't slam anything. I told you a week ago I wasn't available. You showed up anyway. Mom, they're children, Ashley. Me? Exactly. They're her children. Not mine. Dad, can we all just calm down and discuss this like adults? Melody, there's nothing to discuss. She made her choice. She chose herself over family. I wanted to throw my phone across the room. Instead, I turned it off completely and spent Thanksgiving afternoon in blessed silence, eating my small turkey dinner and watching football with a glass of wine. But by Friday morning, when I turned my phone back on, things had escalated to a whole new level. 37 missed calls. 62 text messages. Voicemails from relatives I hadn't spoken to in years. My Aunt Judy, my dad's sister, heard what happened. Good for you. Boundaries are healthy. Melody has been using you for years. My cousin Trevor, dude, that's cold. Those kids love you. Mom, again, you embarrassed this entire family. Melody had to cancel their dinner. Do you know how much those tickets cost? I sat on my couch, reading message after message, and something crystallized in my mind. Not one person had asked me how I was doing. Not one person had acknowledged 6 years of free labor. Not one person had said, "Hey Ashley, that must have been hard for you." It was all about Melody. Her stress. Her plans. Her embarrassment. The breaking point came when Melody sent a private message. The kids cried all day. I hope you're happy. You ruined Thanksgiving. I typed back, no, Melody. You ruined it by refusing to respect my boundaries. Her response, boundaries? You sound like some self-help podcast. This is family. We don't have boundaries. And that's when I understood. She would never stop. This wasn't a phase. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was who she was, someone who believed my life existed to serve hers. Later that afternoon, Melody sent another text. We'll drop them early tomorrow. They miss you. I blinked at the screen. Was she serious? She was already planning the next drop-off. As if Thanksgiving never happened. As if my no was just a tantrum she could wait out. I called my brother Kevin. He answered on the second ring. Kevin, am I crazy? No, he said immediately. Melody's been walking all over you for years. Everyone sees it. Then why is everyone mad at me? Because it's easier to pressure you than to deal with her, he said bluntly. She throws fits. You don't. So they expect you to fold. I sat with that for a long moment. I'm not folding this time, I said. Good, Kevin said. Stick to your guns, Ash. That evening, I made a decision. If Melody wasn't going to respect my words, I'd make sure she couldn't ignore my actions. I called Hawthorne Lock and Key and scheduled an appointment for Monday morning. Monday morning, a locksmith named Dale showed up at my door at 9 a.m. sharp, driving a white van with Hawthorne Lock and Key, your security, our priority painted on the side. You want all the locks changed? He asked, clipboard in hand. Every single one, I said. Front door, back door, garage, side gate. Everything. He nodded, not asking questions. Probably not the strangest call he'd gotten. By noon, my entire house had new locks. Shiny brass deadbolts on both doors, a new garage door opener code, a fresh padlock on the side gate that led to my backyard. Dale handed me 3 sets of keys. Keep one, give one to someone you trust, hide one, he advised. I kept 2 and mailed the 3rd to Kevin with a note. Emergency backup. Don't tell anyone. That afternoon, I sat in my living room feeling something I hadn't felt in years. Safe. My phone buzzed. Melody, can you watch the kids Saturday? Ben and I have a wine tasting in Frankenmuth. I didn't respond. An hour later, Ashley. Still nothing. By evening, are you seriously ignoring me? I turned off my phone. The real test came on Tuesday afternoon. I was home from work, changing into comfortable clothes, when I heard a car pull into my driveway. The Lexus. My heart started pounding. I peeked through the living room curtains and saw Melody getting out, Olivia on her hip, the other 4 kids trailing behind. She walked up to my front door and tried the handle. It didn't turn. Her face, God, I wish I'd taken a picture. Confusion, then realization, then pure rage. She pounded on the door. Ashley. What the hell? Why is the door locked? I walked up to the window next to the door, staying visible but not opening it. What are you doing? She demanded. I changed the locks, I said calmly through the glass. You what? I told you multiple times that I'm not available for drop-offs anymore. You kept ignoring me. So I made it impossible. Her mouth fell open. You can't be serious. Open this door right now. No. Ashley, I have 5 kids in this driveway. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to parent them yourself. Or hire a babysitter. Like everyone else does. Ava, standing behind Melody, looked mortified. Austin was staring at his shoes. Chloe looked like she might cry. My heart broke for them. But I couldn't back down. Melody's voice went shrill. You will take my kids. They love you. You're their aunt. I love them too, I said, meeting her eyes through the glass. And I'll see them when I choose to. Not when I'm being used. Used? She was screaming now. I'm your sister. Then act like it, I said quietly. Sisters ask. They don't demand. They don't manipulate. They don't dump their responsibilities on each other for 6 years without even saying thank you. She stared at me, face red, breathing hard. You're going to regret this, she hissed. Maybe, I said. But I don't think so. She turned on her heel, herded the kids back to the Lexus, and peeled out of my driveway so fast she left tire marks. I stood at the window, shaking, and realized something. I'd just won. For 2 solid weeks, the family group chat was a battlefield. Mom, Ashley, you've gone too far. Changing the locks? That's vindictive. Me? It's called a boundary. Dad, your sister is exhausted, honey. 5 kids is overwhelming. Have some sympathy. Me? I've had sympathy for 6 years. Where was hers for me? Melody, she doesn't care about anyone but herself. She's made that crystal clear. Kevin, finally speaking up. Mom, Dad, Ashley told Melody no. Multiple times. She showed up anyway. That's not Ashley's fault. Mom, stay out of this, Kevin. The attacks came from everywhere. My cousin Natalie messaged me privately. My mom says you're being selfish. Is that true? I didn't even know where to start. But the worst message came from Ava, the 11-year-old twin. We miss you. But Mom is really mad. She said you hate us now. I sat on my couch and cried. Actually sobbed. Because Melody had weaponized those kids against me, and there was nothing I could do about it. I texted Ava back carefully. I love you so much, sweetheart. I don't hate you or your brothers and sisters. Not even a little bit. Sometimes grown-ups have to take care of themselves too. That doesn't mean we stop loving the people who matter to us. Does that make sense? 3 minutes later, heavy black heart hash. Kids understand more than adults give them credit for. That night, my Aunt Judy called me. She's 71, raised 3 kids as a single mom after my uncle died young. Tough as nails and twice as sharp. Ashley, I'm proud of you, she said without preamble. You are? Damn right. Melody has been walking all over you since you were kids. Someone needed to stand up to her. Everyone thinks I'm terrible. Everyone's wrong, Judy said flatly. You know what I learned raising my kids alone? That people who don't set boundaries get eaten alive. You did the right thing. Don't you dare apologize. I needed to hear that more than I realized. By mid-December, something shifted. The group chat went quiet. Mom stopped calling every day. Melody stopped texting altogether. I didn't reach out either. Christmas came and went. I spent it with Kevin and his fiancée Lauren at their apartment in Detroit. No drama. No guilt trips. Just Chinese takeout, a die-hard marathon, and actual peace. On New Year's Eve, I got a message from Ben, Melody's husband. Hey Ashley. I know things have been rough. For what it's worth, I get it. We should have been asking, not expecting. I'm sorry. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I typed, thank you. That means a lot. It wasn't much, but it was something. Melody herself never apologized. By mid-January, she'd found new arrangements. Hired babysitters. Made friends with other moms who traded childcare. Figured it out like a normal person. And she never once said thank you for the 6 years I gave her. That's fine. Because the peace that came after those locks changed? Priceless. It's been 4 months since Thanksgiving. 4 months since I changed those locks. 4 months since I stopped being Melody's on-call babysitter. And you know what's happened? The world didn't end. Melody didn't collapse under the weight of parenting her own children. She adapted. She hired a regular babysitter named Colleen, who charges $20 an hour. She joined a mom's group at the elementary school that does childcare swaps. She learned to plan ahead instead of expecting me to drop everything. In other words, she did what every parent has to do, figure it out. The family drama died down too. Mom still makes pointed comments sometimes. Must be nice to have all that free time when I mention my weekend plans, but Dad has stopped trying to mediate. Kevin's been a rock, checking in every week to make sure I'm okay. And the kids? I see them now, but on my terms. In February, I invited Ava and Austin to my house for a Saturday afternoon. Just the twins. No chaos. We made pizzas from scratch, watched Encanto, and played Uno until we were all laughing too hard to deal cards. When Melody picked them up, she stayed in the car. Didn't come to the door. Didn't say a word. But Ava hugged me tight and whispered, I missed you. I missed you too, sweetheart. Last week, I took Chloe to the Science Museum in downtown Detroit. Just her and me. She talked non-stop about her rock collection and her new hamster named Pickles, and I realized how much I'd missed actually connecting with these kids instead of just supervising them in survival mode. This is what it should have been all along. Quality time, not emergency childcare. I don't know if Melody and I will ever have a real relationship again. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But here's what I've learned. Setting a boundary doesn't make you selfish. It makes you sane. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love someone. It means you love yourself enough not to be used. And family? Real family respects you. Real family doesn't weaponize guilt or manipulate you into servitude. The people who got mad at me for setting boundaries? They were never mad about the boundary itself. They were mad because my boundary made their lives slightly less convenient. And that's not my problem. I used to think saying no would make me a terrible sister, a terrible aunt, a terrible person. Now I know the truth. The worst thing I ever did was let someone treat me like I didn't matter. And the best thing I ever did was changing those locks. Last Sunday, I was gardening in my front yard when a silver Lexus drove past slowly. Melody. She didn't wave. Neither did I. But as she turned the corner, I felt something unexpected. Not anger. Not guilt. Just peace. My therapist was right. Boundaries really do set you free. So if you're reading this and you're stuck in a situation where someone expects you to sacrifice yourself over and over again, let me tell you something. You don't owe anyone your peace of mind. Not your sister. Not your parents. Not anyone. And if they can't respect your no, Change the locks. Melody had no idea I was done playing her game. But now she knows.